look at our next movie you want to watch, Just Before I Go, actress Courteney Cox's feature film directorial debut, which stars Seann William Scott, Garret Dillahunt, Kate Walsh, ex-hubby David Arquette, and daughter Coco.
It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry.
Cox is best known for her role as an uptight perfectionist, Monica Geller in the 7-time Emmy Award-winning series Friends.
So I don't have to sing, and I can just sit there and pass judgment on others?
While drinking.
I'm there.
The actress has gone on to star in several films, including the Scream series, where she met now ex-husband David Arquette.
It's all over the internet.
It is?
Cox returned to her television roots for her most recent series, Cougar Town, where she plays Jules, a wine-loving divorcee and mother who gets by with a little help from her friends.
And Grayson and I are like pools. We're still sticking our toes in each other. Grossest thing I've ever said.
The Golden Globe nominee took a break from television to make her feature film directorial debut with Just Before I Go, a film she believed in so much she funded the entire project herself.
I think it's a wonderful film. The actors are terrific, the music's amazing.
Cox joked that the most strong-willed talent on set was her 10-year-old daughter, Coco Arquette.
She's a little hard-headed, doesn't take direction because she thinks she knows what to do, and I had to say, all right, and she was right.
In the film, Coco plays daughter to her real-life dad and Cox's ex-husband, David Arquette. Court admitted after all these years, she still enjoys telling David what to do.
He's a great actor, and he's fun, but it's great to direct someone you know so well because you get to change things that you know. I mean, I guess we all have our go-to stuff, and since I know that, I could steer him in a different direction. I think he's fantastic in this movie.
You could boss him around a little bit. He's your ex-husband.
Boss him around.
The family-friendly cast centers around Seann William Scott's character, Ted Morgan, who heads back to his hometown and hopes to tie up some loose ends.
The story's about a guy who has kind of lived his life in the middle, not really going too far out of his comfort zone. And enough things happen in his life, the final straw being his wife leaving him, that makes him think that he'd like to end it all. He decides to go back to his hometown, and when he does, he realizes that everyone has problems. We're all facing struggles, and he kind of gets out of himself and is able to help other people.
Cox saw past Scott's signature Stifler character and ultimately cast the American Pie and old school actor in a more serious role.
He really wanted to do it, and he just connected to the material, and it's something he's never played before, but it's much more like himself than any other thing he's played. So when I sat with him, he really made me believe that he'd be the only person, and I think he did a great job.
Seann said he instantly knew he had to work with her.
I think the moment that Courtney and I met, I had a real clear idea of why I thought I could be great for it, you know, just what I can offer and how I saw the part, and we really connected right away. You always hear that actors can make some of the best directors, and it's true, you know. And I've never worked with a female director before, so it was even more fun because she has different sensibilities, of course, you know, and there's just, but her sense of humor is outrageous. I mean, her timing is, I knew she was really funny. I had no idea how brilliant she was, but she was so decisive, and you know, much like I worked with Pete Berg on The Rundown, and the two of them are very similar. They're just very serious and very, very talented. It was great.
Scott may be best known for his crazy roles and antics, but he was happy to star in a movie that even his mother could watch.
My mom's gone to some premieres for some other films that I've done, and I've had to tell her, like, Mom, I drink this beer, and it has this bodily fluid in it. And how do you explain that to your mom? And then you're like, Mom, there's this scene where I get this, like, prostate ejaculation, like, you know, it's pretty naughty, the kind of things that I've done. So this time I can say, I'm a good guy in this, Mom. I don't do any weird stuff. Other people do.
I can't. Do it. Just do it. Do it, you or I swear to God, I will make you collect my... God! Me!
In the film, Scott's ridiculously arrogant brother, Lucky Morgan, is played by Garret Dillahunt.
You play the jerk older brother, is that true?
I wouldn't say it like that. I play his older brother. I didn't mean for him to be a jerk. He doesn't mean to be.
It's a good thing, though.
He loves his brother. He loves his family. He loves women in general. I thought it was hilarious and really, offensive in like the best way. And I just thought it was a kind of character I hadn't gotten to do much, so I wanted to try it.
It's no surprise Dillahunt nabbed the role of Lucky with that award-winning smile.
Hey!
You have the best teeth. Look at those teeth. Gorgeous.
I don't know. I haven't been to a dentist in years.
Years? Well, you did
I
something.
brushed.
What do you brush with? Do you go to...
I think it's just contrast with my ruddy skin.
Courtney says it was his previous work on Tall Hot Blonde that ultimately landed him the part.
She said that she wants you to be in every one of her projects, so what did...
Yeah, she says that, but I don't know. It was okay.
Why is that? What'd you do?
No, she's great. We worked together once before on this movie called Tall Hot Blonde, and I play a vastly different character than in here. And we just got on really well, and I think she's really good. I didn't know her before that, and so I didn't know what she was going to be like. And she really knows what she's doing, and she's very prepared and fast and has a great eye.
Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice actress Kate Walsh left her scrubs at home to play Dillahunt's wife, Kathleen Morgan.
I play a kind of depressed housewife, sister-in-law to Seann William Scott's character, and I get to play with the fabulous Garret Dillahunt. He's like this kind of obnoxious husband of mine.
While Walsh raved about the cast, it was director Courteney Cox's experience and comedic timing that ultimately inspired Walsh to want to be part of the team.
She's great. She's not only has is great is just sense of comedy, but she also just was super efficient in terms of how she storyboarded it and shot it out, and she shot it in a way where we could really play and be free and improvise, but it wasn't excessive, and she also has a great sense of tone. And this is I think one of the things that makes this film super unique is even though it's an R-rated comedy, it has these very poignant moments in it and real relationships that are revealed and unfold and family dynamics. So you get both, which I don't think has ever been done with an R-rated comedy. And that's a huge testament to her talent as a director and and in the editing room and everything. So she's been amazing. It's awesome.
Walsh wasn't the only one that fought to work with Cox. Newcomer Mackenzie Marsh plays Vicky in Just Before I Go.
And obviously it was going to be great to work with Courtney, especially being, kind of her feature film directorial debut other than her movie of the week and stuff.
Vicky's very sweet. She was the skinny, hot, popular girl in high school. And then, in the last several years, after 5 kids, put on that, baby weight 5 times further than she wanted to. And she really became kind of the stereotypical, I hate saying that, but the stereotypical heavy-set girl that just struggles with knowing that she's beautiful and knowing her worth. And and so I feel like, she kind of goes through this moment of not trying to figure out who she is. And I think that's the beautiful thing about this film is at the end you just see everybody, understanding their place in the world and that they have value and that they have worth no matter what.
It was a tough job for Marsh, whose role required a make-out scene with leading man Seann William Scott.
This is a spoiler, but Sean, we have a little kiss in the film. Right before we did our first kiss, he looked at me and he was like, I think you're the second girl I've kissed in a film because I always kiss dudes. And I was like, no pressure.
Actress Olivia Thirlby may not have locked lips with Scott, but she still has a deep admiration for the actor.
I love Seann. Seann is one of the most genuinely kind people that I've encountered in this whole industry, actually.
Cox says she made the right choice choosing Seann William Scott for the role. The rest of the cast members agree that Court was an all-around joy to work with.
I think everyone will come to see she's coming into her own as a director, and she's a total, comic genius, and that translates really well into the comedy that she directs. I think it's like breathing to her. She has the comic timing thing down so well. It comes naturally to her, and you can see it when you work with her. It's just how her mind works. Comic timing is a gift that not everybody has.
I love working with Courtney because Courtney is the type, she has a vision. And when she directs, her vision everybody can see it. And yes, she lets you experience what you have going on too, but her vision is there. And it's so nice because as a performer, there's nothing more frustrating than a director to have a vision, but they allow all the actors to do whatever they feel too, because then it doesn't gel. So I can just honestly say to you, it's been an incredible experience.
The beloved director didn't leave anyone out when it came to her big directorial debut. The actress even enlisted her brand new fiancé, Johnny McDade, and his band Snow Patrol to create music for the film.
If I just lay here.
We respect each other. Obviously, I respect him musically, but he's so smart in every way. And it's been amazing. And I've been really lucky because I got to benefit from 3 fantastic original Snow Patrol songs that were made just for this film. And it changes everything. It really elevates the material.
Just because the Snow Patrol musician is engaged to Cox doesn't mean the band didn't have to work for their place on the film's soundtrack.
It's a hard thing to get into, to get your foot in the door of, getting into making music for films. But once you do get your foot in the door, a lot of things open. We just kicked the door in. We just didn't take no for an answer a bunch of times, and we.
Was Courtney just like, look, honey, you're going to be making some.
Not with Courtney. She asked us.
And at first you said no. You're like, it's not happening.
I kicked her door in, and then we wrote some songs for the movie.
Just Before I Go hits theaters later this year.
You know you wanna